Joining us via Zoom is Sandile Swana, who is a political analyst, to weigh in on this story. A very good afternoon to you, and thank you so very much for joining us here on SABC News.
Good afternoon to you, Flo, and your viewers.
All right, let's start here. I mean, let's talk about the chances of Dr. Phalatse when it comes to going head-to-head against the incumbent leader of the DA, John Steenhuisen. I mean, we saw how that kind of played out for Mbali Ntuli, who was quite popular in KZN. And one wonders, will Dr. Phalatse face the same fate, really?
Yeah, looking at the history of the challengers of Steenhuisen, I would say Phalatse is unlikely to succeed. Secondly, the issue that she raises herself, that the DA has got to dispel the belief around here in South Africa that there is a cabal that controls the DA. While she says that, the question would be whether the powerful funders of the DA who have directed the DA, for instance, not to partner with the EFF, not to partner with the ANC and control the DA, even collapsing the negotiations that have happened in the past few months, whether that cabal, or whatever you want to call it, has approved of her candidacy. If she doesn't have that support of the billionaires and whoever else is powerful behind the DA, then she's wasting time.
Yeah, and I mean, this what you speak of, this belief that the DA has some sort of a cabal that, in the background controls the DA, it's a widely held view. Is it a correct one? Is it true? Is there any truth to the fact that there is this particular cabal that funds certain people and runs the DA and communicates its messages through the DA? Should we believe in that theory or belief?
I think that we have to accept that people who have privilege, who have assets, billionaires, which in South Africa are the white people, we are aware already, some of it with first-hand information, that there are structures that exist, AfriForum being one of them, Date being another one, Oranje being another one, that are designed to protect white privilege. Now, they don't protect white privilege because it is white privilege. They protect white privilege because it is privilege. Even if black people were the one who were privileged, or any other complexion or whatever culture, they would be protecting their privilege. So it would be naive to think that there are no major influential intellectuals and billionaires and multimillionaires who control what happens to the DA, more specifically to protect white interests.
Yeah. Action SA's Bongani Baloyi had insinuated last week when Dr. Phalatse was ousted that it is in fact the DA itself that sabotaged her and is responsible for what took place in council last week. If there's any truth to that, why would Dr. Phalatse put her hand up, to want to be, leader of this particular party, if there is a sense that this is the party that was indeed, sort of sabotaging her?
You must understand that in the sphere of black politics, historically, whether you are in the USA and elsewhere, you will find that there are those who have always believed in working within the system. So Phalatse, in contrast to Bongani Baloyi, Herman Mashaba, and others, they want to work outside the system, the center of liberalism in South Africa. Phalatse wants to be an insider into that system and change it from within. There's nothing wrong with that. It's an old strategy. It has got its own outcomes and its own failures.
Well, if she fails, and I mean, that's what some political analysts are saying. I mean, we heard from Levi Ndo, who's a regular analyst here on SABC News, saying that he doesn't actually think that Dr. Phalatse will be successful in this bid to be leader of the DA. What do you see as being her future? I mean, as I mentioned, Action SA has been indeed talking about her, and they seemed to, hold her in high regard. And one wonders if, that would possibly be her next move should she not be successful. Some have said, well, she'll probably go back to, her old job in medicine and so forth. But what do you suppose? I mean, she looks like someone who's really sort of gotten into the political game at this point.
Yeah, I don't think Phalatse is trying to be a medical doctor. I think Herman Mashaba and Bongani Baloyi, for that matter, because I think those are major influencers in the Action SA, would love to have her. And I think they believe in her abilities and her acumen. Now, part of this acumen that we're talking about, if we're to be a little bit more sincere, part of the problem that we're facing is a twofold problem, whereby in that sphere of politics, there is a belief that white males must lead, and whites in general. So that is the type of thing that Phalatse is trying to say. The DA that she envisaged will be one that says, if I have more merit than Steenhuisen, technical merit, technocratic ability, and political abilities, I should be allowed to lead, even if Steenhuisen is a white male. And she makes the statement in Soweto. She launches this campaign of hers in Soweto, signaling another aspect, which is to say, are black people really welcome and properly embraced by the so-called white liberals, which is the DA? So those are some of the issues that are at play.
All right. Thanks very much for weighing in on this for us. We certainly do appreciate your time here on SABC News. As political analyst Sandile Swana speaking to us there via Zoom.